Alrighty, welcome back into another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Bettor and Green. I'm Ethan. With me, as always, is Wyatt. Here in Florida, wish I had palm trees to show you, but inside to film today, a little bit fried. Kids in the pool out back, so figured for sound purposes, this would probably be my best bet. Wyatt, I know we had kind of a up and down night in college basketball last night, that Baylor-Texas game. I know you were on the over. I know you ended up pushing with Baylor because of that late three. I luckily had Baylor -7, but didn't even know it hit till this morning. But yeah, fun night of college basketball. How you doing? How have your bets been hitting lately?
Yeah, as you said, college basketball was a little frustrating yesterday and ended up going 1-1-1. So unfortunately, just a little bit of negative. NC State, man, I don't know. Their big guy is terrible. I don't know why they kept feeding him the ball. He was just bricking it off the top of the backboard. Anyways, Baylor came all the way back. That was really fun to watch. Unfortunately, I had Baylor -8. They hit a corner three to push it at the end of the game when it didn't matter. But yeah, the over hit pretty easily. But anyways, I love this college basketball slate. I love the games on it. I don't love the betting aspect of it. But there's, in my opinion, 4 really good games tonight. Obviously, I love talking Big Ten, and that is the biggest one by far of the day. But yeah, I love the games. As a viewer, as a bettor, I am pretty nervous. But excited to dive in.
Yeah, it's a absolutely great slate for a Tuesday. I still need to dive into the games that we aren't talking about, see if I can find anything. But yeah, as of now, I don't love the betting side of the games we're about to talk. But yeah, I got to go find a bar or something to sit at all night and hopefully catch most of these games because we have some good ones. We'll start right away here, 7 p.m. Eastern tip time. We're going to start in the SEC. 16th ranked Alabama at unranked Florida. Both teams at 20-9, so same record here. Florida is a 2-point home favorite. Over under right around 175. I'll throw it to you. What are you liking in this game?
If you're thinking of taking the under because it's so high, don't do it with either of these teams. Honestly, just stay away. 175. That's just a new norm in the SEC. And then Bama and Florida are super high scoring teams. We all know that. Bama won the first matchup 98-93 in overtime. For over bettors, that was 85-85 the end of regulation. In case you wanted to know where that total was at. Bama is 1 game behind in the SEC. Florida is 3 games behind. So Florida can't really get to that top spot. Bama can. Florida has they're at Vandy on deck. They just lost to South Carolina. Florida is 13-1 at home. Alabama also coming off a loss at home against Tennessee. Bama then next game up is home versus Arkansas. Bama is 5-4 on the road, just for a little statistics there for you. Oh, man, this one is tough. Bama has really struggled on the road. I think they have 1 win out of their last 4 on the road, and those 4 losses, I believe, are by 15-plus points. They have been destroyed on the road. I do think they did have a solid road win a couple days back, maybe a week ago. So that's always worrisome. But I'm just going to go to the fact that Bama has a lot to play for, and I hate taking them on the road, especially against Florida's last home game of the year, senior night for Florida. Florida just can't make it to the top of the SEC. Bama can. Again, 1 game back. They're home against Arkansas, who's terrible on Saturday. They should easily win that game. I think this is a huge game for Bama. I'm going to take them as a dog just because I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bama just wins by 20. So again, this is probably my least favorite out of the 3, but I'm gonna take Bama as a dog. It is a little public, but I just think they're the better team. I think they have more to play for, and that's kind of my strategy at the end of the year so far, is just what team has more to play for. So I'm gonna take Bama. If you wanted to take them on the money line, go ahead, but least favorite of the 3. Hopefully Bama gets it done.
Yeah, my brain is telling me Bama all day long. But I know the second I flip away from this strategy, Florida's going to win this one by 15. So I'm going to just keep riding with Florida, the unranked home team, as the favorite. I hate the Bama's off that loss to Tennessee. But yeah, I just think, Florida let that one get away back late February where, like you said, Bama won that game in overtime. I think Florida's just going to find a way to kind of out physical Bama and take care of them at home on senior day. Um, yeah, I'll lay it with Florida. I don't love it. I like the under. I'm not betting the under, but hear me out. Hear me out. Last game, went to overtime, scored 21 points in OT to push it up and over. Regulation ended with 170 points, so I think there's just a little bit high here. Of course, the one Bama under I bet this year was 95 to 117 against Kentucky, so I don't think I can get myself to actually bet the under, but I think it's the play. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I just get worried. I'm looking at Bama's last couple away games: 103 to 88 at Mississippi, 117 to 95 at Kentucky, 99 to 81 at Auburn, 91 to 71 at Tennessee. Those are some big boy scores, but no, I mean, I agree, but I don't know these. I mean, talking SEC, pretty much every team can score, but Bama, Florida, Kentucky, and Auburn are the four teams that are just going to put up a shitload of points. So whenever those two teams are playing, I get a little nervous, but I I definitely think you're right. It's definitely the right side. Will I be betting it? Probably not.
Yeah, I can't get myself to bet it. After I've said this probably my fourth time now, the last under that we bet with Bama, it was literally over at the 16-minute mark in the first half. I mean, it was like 21 to like 17, 4 minutes. Yeah. I'm like, well, we're done. So, yeah, I'll lay off. I'll probably bet Florida though, but I'll tweet that out if I do. Next game here, as you mentioned early in the show, our Big Ten matchup: third-ranked Purdue at 12th-ranked Illinois. This should be a great game. My favorite game on the board here, and I will start with this one. I'm obviously taking Illinois as the favorite here. Oh yeah, sorry. The line is Illinois -2, over under 164. Yeah, like Illinois in this game, already lost to Purdue at Purdue back in early January by 5 points. Again, I guess they're ranked, but the worst of the ranked teams at home catching points. Illinois has been rolling. Just got a big road win against Wisconsin. They have Iowa on deck, a team that they already beat. Purdue, obviously, been rolling too, third team in the country. Just beat Michigan State, have Wisconsin on deck, who they also already beat this year. But yeah, I just think it's Purdue doesn't really have a ton to play for at this point. I believe they're locked into the 1 seed in the Big Ten. I guess I could be wrong on that.
If they lose both, they could potentially tie with Illinois if Illinois wins both.
Okay. Oh yeah, but yeah, they at least want to share because I know they celebrated after the Michigan State. So yeah, I think it's a letdown spot here for Purdue a little bit. Illinois still has a ton to play for. They want to solidify themselves as best they can. Yeah, it goes with the strategy, short price at home. This one probably goes over, I would say, but yeah, I like Illinois minus the points.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the quick little stats. Both teams have won their last 3 games. Purdue is at home against Wisconsin to end their season. So, again, not an easy win, but they have beat Wisconsin before. It is at home. Purdue, again, is 2 games up on Illinois. Purdue did beat Illinois, like you mentioned earlier this year. That was without Terrence Shannon Jr. that we're forgetting. Illinois is by far best player, a lottery pick. So they lost that game by 5 points without their best player. So keep that in mind. Illinois is then at Iowa to end their season. They are, again, 2 games back from Purdue. So potentially Purdue 2 straight losses, Illinois 2 straight wins would split the Big Ten title, from my understanding. I'm going to go with Illinois as well. Illinois at the -1.5. I think, again, Terrence Shannon Jr. being back is going to be a huge plus. Illinois' guy, Damask or whatever his name is, their white guy, had like 25 points in that first matchup with Purdue. So I think Terrence Shannon will be right there. If you're a player prop guy, I'd probably take him over his points because he's, Damask was just taking over for Shannon when he was gone. So really like Illinois. I think they get it done. Also agree that the over is probably the play, 163.5. Both these teams super high scoring. First matchup was 161 points. So yeah, can see it's very high scoring. Illinois also scores a lot at home, and Illinois' defense is not great. So I do like the over. But yeah, I'm gonna lean with Illinois. Think they get it done on the money line. I'm not going to mess around with the 1.5 point spread with how many hooks I've lost in the recent games. So yeah, Illinois. The more I'm thinking about that Bama Florida game, I'm going to stick with Bama, but goddamn, I'm looking at my strategy today, and we'll get into it. But Alabama's looking like the outlier, but we'll have some diversity on the show. I'll keep Bama. I just don't love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can get myself to bet Florida, but I will be betting Illinois as soon as we hop off here. I do love that play. And I'll probably also just take them on the money line. It's got to be minus 120, 125, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I would. I know you're in Florida, so you're on Hard Rock, but DraftKings will 100% have a boost on one of these games. It usually comes out around noon to 1. So if you want a boost, just wait a little bit on DraftKings.
Also, speaking of boost, shout out to Aaron. Logged in on my DraftKings account yesterday, got me the boost on Baylor. So I ended up going 1-1 and actually won a little bit thanks to that boost. So, yeah. We'll finish off here with a great matchup in the Mountain West. Obviously, we've loved the Mountain West this year. Some great games. We have 21st ranked San Diego State at unranked UNLV. UNLV is a 1.5 point home dog, over under 136. I love this game. I think everyone knows where I'm going with it, but I'll throw it to you to get your thoughts first.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite game. I'm not going to do anything bigger than 1 unit just because my confidence is so low, but this is by far my favorite game. I'm just going to stick to 1 unit, though. I'm taking UNLV. Taking UNLV just probably straight up on the money line. Might mess around with the +2. Basically, UNLV is at home, senior night. They are 1 game. Well, first of all, the Mountain West is ridiculous. There's 5 teams right now within 1 game. And UNLV and San Diego State are both 1 game behind. So there's no way at the beginning of this year, UNLV thought they would be in contention for winning this the Mountain West. So again, senior night, huge night against one of the better teams in the Mountain West, number 21 ranked or 20th ranked San Diego State. This is just a huge night for them. I think they win outright. I think they win by 5 to 10 points, honestly. They are at Nevada, who again is one of those teams that is also, I think, 1 game behind. And then San Diego State hosts Boise State in their final game, which is also a team that I believe Boise State is actually tied for the lead. I'm not sure how that ranking's going, but Mountain West is not even close to being decided yet. So UNLV, I love them tonight. They have so much momentum, so much to play for. Favorite play of the day, UNLV money line.
Yep, I am right there with you. For everything you just said, the only thing I'll add is they already played once this year. San Diego State did get the win by 11 points. So nice win for San Diego State in the first matchup. Again, that was at home. And they have Boise State on deck, a team that they lost to by a point earlier this year. So I think they're going to want that revenge on Boise State. And UNLV has Nevada on deck, so that's another team that they lost to. But I think they're thinking in their head, if we can beat San Diego State and then we can go to Nevada, beat them. They're probably a shoe-in for the tournament at that point. They bolster their Mountain West Conference tournament standing, and sky's kind of the limit at that point for UNLV. So I love it. They're rolling. 4 straight wins for UNLV here, including a win against Colorado State. So a similar team to San Diego State. Yeah, absolutely love UNLV. I'm also sticking to 1 unit. I think it's just too late in the season to be piling on in college basketball because anything could happen. But yeah, absolutely love UNLV tonight.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Mountain West, even though I do shit on them quite a bit. Again, there's 5 teams within 1 game back and like 6 or 7 teams within 3 games back. And unfortunately, just being in a smaller conference, you're not going to get that many bids. They'll probably still get, 4, maybe 5. But, they always get quite a bit. But, yeah, just unfortunate because I do think the Mountain West is pretty solid this year. And they're just very even all around. Their top guys are pretty solid. So, yeah, if only they were like in the, Big 12 or something. They also probably wouldn't be that good record-wise. But yeah,
Right.
huge game for UNLV because right now, like you said, they're one game back on the standings, but they are probably not a sure-in for the tournament, which is crazy to think about. So yeah, huge game. They have all the momentum. I love them tonight. Favorite play by far from the 3 games we're talking about. There's also, before I'll send it over to you to sign off, one other Mountain West game that's really good tonight as well. It's Boise State, and I forget, honestly, who they're playing. New Mexico, maybe. But 2, again, of the top teams in the Mountain West facing off tonight as well. That's at 11:30, I think. Real late game. But another big Mountain West game tonight.
Yeah, Boise State, Nevada. Yep. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I think either Boise State, Nevada, or UNLV is going to end up being the odd man out here. I think Colorado State's going to make it. San Diego State.
Utah State.
Yep. I think they'll probably all make it. Yeah, I would like to see as many Mountain West teams in there as possible. That's the tournament I'm looking forward to the most, I guess, outside of the Big Ten tournament, but can't wait to watch the Mountain West tourney. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap it for tonight's episode of Getting Technical. Keep your eyes out. We are going to have our first NBA episode come out today as well for the NBA action tonight. So check that out. I believe we'll have more Tapping Vegas coming out this weekend. 5-minute wager. We'll probably do another Getting Technical as well at some point this week. So be sure to tune in for those. Head over to bettergreen.com. Check out our articles coming out there. Download Sharps. Use our code BET269. That's bet with 2 T's, BETT 269. Join us over there. And guys, other than that, enjoy the games tonight and good luck with all your bets. We'll see you.
You better start listening to the Bettor and Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome to Bettor and Green, eh? To Bettor and Green, eh? To Bettor and Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Bettor and Green.